Hello dear all lovely students, welcome all to our today's session. Once again, I hope so you are getting well and fine, and we were stopped in very last class about the digestion of food in small intestine. Today we will go through understand about the absorption of digested food. Absorption of digested food. So we need to understood about the most of the foods are fully digested in the small intestine. That means most of the foods digested already, digested in presence of enzymatic activities become digested. Okay, here small intestine, there is nothing else are present there for having undigested part. That means most of the foods with the enzymatic activities become digested in a small intestine. I hope so you understood these points. And then also the inner surface, inner surface of the intestine, the inner surface of small intestine, inner surface of small intestine, like ileum, we can say ileum, inner surface of a small intestine, ileum, covered by finger-like structure called villi. So it is very another important thing that it is asking for 1 marks question, that what is villi. If it is asking for villi, that times we can say the inner surface of the small intestine, like ileum, it is covered by finger-like structure. It is called villi. So very importantly, we can say it is asking for, if it is 1 marks question, then we can write this one also. And it is also in this way, this villi, what is the functional activities of the villi? We will they can connecting with the capillary networks, connecting with capillary networks. So this is one is very important one for having the inner side part is connecting with the capillary network. So this one is also a very important thing, that villi, which one is covered the intestine, small inner surface of the small intestine, and it is the villi, and it connecting with the capillary network. So this one is also a very important part. Yes. Then also villi contain the lymphatic vessel. This villi also what we say there, contain a lymphatic vessel, contain a lymphatic vessel called lacteal. Someone asked me in very last class, sir, what is lacteal is going on there? That is this villi is actually contain the lymphatic vessel. Vessel means a drum-like structure, a hollow vessel-like structure. They can contain the lymphatic vessel, and this is called lacteal. Okay, very, very important for SQ types of question also. This lacteal is surrounded by what we say, very importantly, blood capillaries. So it is also a very important one. Yes. So absorption of food take place when the villi will be covered or folded. Okay, so this villi, when it is folded, the space is increased, and this space, when increased, the food ingredients have much place to get absorbed properly. Okay, so what we try to understood this one, according to this one, that is the most of the food I told you by enzymatic activities become digested in the small intestine. The inner surface of the small intestine is surrounded by finger-like structure is the villi, and the villi is connecting with capillary networks. They can contain a lymphatic vessel around the blood capillaries, the lymphatic vessel called lacteal, and when the villi folded, when they become folded, there may be a lots of space are there, and that space can ensure the much amount of food or food ingredients in them and become absorbed. So this is very important thing. And also you can see the lacteal is surrounded by blood capillaries. This is very important one, and on the basis of this part we understood, I hope so. Then we will go through blood vessel. Yes, now another important thing for doing this one. Yes, now I erase this one. What we get, the lymphatic vessel. This lymphatic vessel, now villi contain the lymphatic vessel. This lymphatic vessel joined together. Lymphatic vessel join together. When they join together, they make a long chain, join together, they make large or long blood vessel is known as the hepatic portal vein, called hepatic portal vein, called hepatic portal vein. Yes, they can, this hepatic portal vein carry blood to liver, This is also very important thing. The lymphatic vessel join together form the long lymphatic vessel, blood vessel, and that is called hepatic portal vein, and this hepatic portal vein carry blood to the liver. This is very important thing, another one. Okay, then fat droplets are absorbed in the lacteal of the villi. Fat droplets that can break down, droplets absorbed, fat droplets absorbed. Where they absorb, actually we can say into the lacteal of the villi, So fat droplets absorbed into the lacteal of villi. So this one is very also important one for remembering, where the fat droplets are actually absorbed in. So we can say fat droplets absorbed into the lacteal of villi. Okay, so this one is also a very important one. Then how they can carry it out. Okay, so fat droplets, it is carried by lymph. These fat droplets carried by lymph. Fat droplets carried by lymph, then mixed with the blood stream. Mixed with the blood stream, and then after it reaching into the cell. When this mixture reaching into the cell, that times one important thing can be happened there. Okay, salt becomes separate from fatty acid. Here salt become separate from fatty acid. So this one is also a very important thing. So don't have any panic for getting this one, my dear students. I hope so you got the points what I'm trying to mention here. The absorption actually very important, that when the food become digested in the small intestine and all of kinds of foods we get their absorbent or digested, then after what the happening, this point I try to make you understand once again. Fat droplets absorbed in the lacteal of the villi, and these fat droplets carried by the lymph and it mixed with the blood stream, then mixture from then when they're reaching into the cell, the salt becomes separate from fatty acid. This is also very important thing for knowing understood. Okay, at the time of the flowing of the blood, okay, at the time of flowing of the blood, at the time of flowing of the blood, at the time of flowing of the blood, we can see there, yes, substance, a liquid like substance come out from the capillaries, come out from the capillaries, and when they come out from the capillaries, this fluid is called lymph. Okay, we need to understood this one. Lymph supply nutrients to the cell. This lymph supply nutrients, not only supply, they also collect the waste product, they also collect the waste product, yes, and then after absorption, rest of the chyme reach to the colon. That means very last one we can write that what is going on there. We have seen, my dear students, look at here. You think that the study is very tough. I told you, go to the sequence, then it will be very easy to you. Fat droplets, when absorbed in the lacteal of the villi, it carries out, carried by the lymph, that fat droplets carried by the lymph and mixed with the blood stream. Then they reaching into the cell, that time salt becomes separate from fatty acid. At the time of flowing of the blood, liquid like substance come out from the blood capillaries. Okay, so we have seen the lots of blood capillaries into our body. In between them, the space, that space are filled up with some liquids is called lymph, and that liquids come out from the blood capillaries at the time of fat droplets be absorbed. So this is called lymph, and this lymph supply nutrients to the cell and collect waste product from where? Collect waste product from the cell and blood stream. Okay, very important thing. And last one, the rest of the chyme after absorption, rest of chyme reaches to colon. So this one is also very importantly. In this way, the total absorption process is going on there and done through. I hope so you understood what I try to make you understand here. And there is another headline and topics is going on there, that is the digestion in the large intestine. Though it is not properly digestion taking place there, but since it is given there, we will try to understand what is going on there. Digestion in large intestine. 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 It is importantly going on there. No chemical reaction. No chemical reaction. No chemical reaction or digestion. No chemical reaction or digestion take place here. Take place here. No chemical reaction or digestion take place here. that means in the large intestine, but water that remains in the undigested product, water remains, some water or watery substance remains in the undigested product, undigested product, absorbed here. So this one is also a very important thing, that water, those water remain undigested of the undigested product, watery substance can remain there, that water is absorbed in the large intestine. Yes. So a small portion of protein, lipid, salt, excess enzyme. Okay. Also not only water, some of the followed we can see a small amount of protein, if it is there, not digested properly, small amount of protein can have there, then lipid can have there, small amount of, but carbohydrate fully digested properly, salt, they can be digested actually here, if any remaining parts of the protein, fats or salt, they can be remain, and also water that have connecting with the undigested product also be absorbed here. This is also important one. And then when they absorbed, these products become absorbed, they all of them where they go through there, they transfer to the blood, transferred to the blood, so they transfer to the blood. Okay, any undigested product concentrate here, and they can faces stools. If there any undigested part, if it is there, they turns to stool, okay, or we can say feces. Okay, so this also stored in the rectum and anus. Okay, they are placed in the rectum or anus, we can say finally. So this is the digestion, actually what the digestion process or digestion in the large intestine. We have seen there is no chemical reaction, digestion takes place here, water remain in the undigested product and absorbed here, and a small amount of protein, if it is there, lipid, salt, everything, they can be digested and absorbed properly and transferred to the blood. And if any undigested part is also be there, they just turns to the stool and just stored in the rectum and anus, is just through the excretory system gone out from our body. So this way digestion take place in the large intestine. Okay, so finally we understood about all the processes is going on there, and how the process is actually converted here for doing the better way of the digestion and absorption. So that's all about today, my dear students. I hope so you understood very important topics, all of them, and next class we will discuss about different kinds of disease. Okay, and that disease is actually going on through caused by intestinal disorder. Hope so. Till then, everyone stay safe, stay sound. Allah Hafiz.